Hello everybody, this is Bob Ryder here, and we're going to play some of the Stanley Parable. Apparently I am playing the Stanley Parable, so let's go and begin the game of the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Really?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So, what if I don't want to leave my office? What if I want to go right here? And why would you be pressing buttons all day? Like, that would be one of the most tedious jobs ever. Of course, you must have been getting paid a whole lot. Alright, so there's 428 and 429. Hey, 429 has a window. Why doesn't my office have a window? What's so great about employee number 429 that he gets a window in his office? That's bullshit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, maybe I want to go into 430. Or maybe I want to find out why the hell employee number 429 has a freaking window in his office.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
You don't say. Well, maybe they're inside this copy machine. Alright, so let's go in here. Dude! 425 has three windows and 2 doors. I want to be employee number 425. Why can't I be employee number 425? About I want to be employee number 425, dude. Like, seriously. He has 3 windows and an extra door. He must be living a good life. Look, 417. Oh. Well, 417 has some ceiling problems. Alright, so moving up. That guy doesn't have a number.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, what if I don't want to enter the door on my left? I want to enter the door on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, that's my whole intention. 450 has a window too. Why? Yeah, we're gonna admire.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I want a soda.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I think so. In fact, I'm gonna lay back, kick my feet up.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yeah, that's why everybody left, because I'm such a dull person. Yeah, thank you, Mr.
Stanley sat
Narrator.
around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
And what kind of message was that? Huh? What kind of message was that? I'm just gonna sit here and tell you, say something else. Say something else, Mr. Narrator guy. Oh, you're not gonna say anything? Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
So why? No. I'm gonna take this door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, is that so? Oh, I have a schematic desk. Now, how about that? Oh, I mean, all I have to do was press buttons. That was my job, right? I mean, how hard was that?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I think we did too.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
And, who would that be? Huh? Tell me.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
So, seriously? Who is she? Who is she? Whoa!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I don't think I want to pick up the phone. I'm just gonna sit there and let it ring. Really? Nothing? Okay, I'll pick up the phone. Okay.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What?
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh, is that how we're gonna play this, huh? That's how we're gonna play this? You're gonna throw a brick wall in front of me, and you're gonna say, it's my story now! I'm the narrator, and whatever I say goes! You know what? Screw you, narrator! Screw you! And you know what? Fine! I'll play a little game! I'll go inside and I'll see what's really going on.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? One morning, play 427, press 7 on the keyboard. What? Press 7 on the keyboard, okay. I don't know if I want to press 7 on the keyboard. That is a very real mannequin. Although the cup size could use a little bit more work. But I digress. Alright, I'm playing a little game. I'll press 7.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I just pressed 7. Now you want me to press 7 again? Alright, I'll press 7 again.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Okay, what the freaking hell? Why are you being a jackass now, narrator? Well, because I didn't want to follow your directions? Huh? Was that it? Alright, you know what? I'll play along. I'll press E.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press B to watch the TV. I'm starting to sense that the narrator's being a sarcastic asshole. Alright, we'll watch the TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Why would that excite me? Press Y to spend time with the boys. This better not be what I think it is. This better not be what I think it is. I'm gonna press Y, and this better not be anything graphic.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Why would that be wonderful? I get it. I get it. It's because of oh yeah, it's too bad. I didn't quite do what you want me to do. I'm the narrator, I'm so pissed off because Stanley won't do what I tell him to. Hey, you know what? Let's prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Hey, that's the game I'm playing right now. I'm gonna press 9 to tell my kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I'm gonna tell my Mackin wife I love her. And by the way, that isn't... That's not true. That is not true, narrator, dude. But you know what? It's your story. You can tell however you want.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I know which life is the real one. The one without you in it. So I'm going to press 5 to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here. Watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Cute to be working in the morning. Suck it, narrator. Ha ha.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press 2 to question nothing. Ha! And once again, suck it, narrator.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
What? Oh, no, that was interesting. So, yeah, that was episode 1 of Stanley Parable. So, yeah, that was fun messing with the narrator. I'm gonna do that again. So, but for now, I will end the episode here. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And stay tuned for more of the Stanley Parable. Until next time, keep on bringing the madness.